Today on Network Freaking Marketing Radio, we're going to talk to the network marketing ninja himself, Mr. Frazer Brooks.
Are you tired of the old ways of trying to recruit friends and family to your MLM? Tactics just don't work anymore. Have you wanted to quit and say the heck with this, but something still gives you that burning desire to rock this business? All you needed was the way. This is Network Freaking Marketing Radio.
Frazer, welcome to the show. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, loving life. Thanks, mate. Loving life. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We're down here in South Florida, so at least we have, they closed all our beaches, so we can't go there. But it's a weird time, to say the least. How is it over there in the UK?
Yeah, I'm actually stuck in Dubai at the moment. So, interesting story. Me and Svetlana, Svetlana's Russian, I'm English. We decided to get married on the 30th of March in Moscow, right? So we decided, you know what? Before we get married, we'll have a week in Dubai. So 3 weeks before the date comes, we decide, you know what? Like, why not go to Dubai 2 weeks before we get married? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. So we come to Dubai. A few days after we get here, they announced the whole Corona thing, and I'm like, oh no. Then they announced the Russian borders closed down, so we couldn't get married. So we weren't able to get married on the 30th of March. And ever since, they've shut all the airlines. So we actually genuinely can't leave Dubai. So right now in Dubai, the weather is absolutely glorious. The skies are blue. The cities are just out in front of where we're staying. We've got our own private pool here because we decided that if we're going to get self-isolated, we're going to need some sort of pool in this heat. So we are grateful that we are safe and we are well and we are keeping sane. And we are thinking about everyone else who's out there who's having to deal with a lot worse than what we are. It's kind of interesting to be here.
It's a very weird time, to say the least, across the board, to see how much in 30 days the world has just changed. And
that's for sure.
My wife is Hungarian, and she was supposed to. We had friends that were going to fly back last 2 weeks ago, and the next day they canceled all the flights. It's like he would have been stuck there too. I mean, it's a very strange place right now. So how's Dubai doing out there? Are they any cases, or is it pretty?
Less than 500. They were on it really, really, really fast.
It's good to see that America should have, listened a little bit faster, but everywhere in the world's resilient. And so we're going to get through this. But everybody I've talked to, now is the greatest time ever in network marketing history. Everybody's thinking. What do you think?
It is. It's network marketers now, people who work from home, that they have the most prestigious job title on the planet. Like, what do you do? I work from home. Wow. Right? Now, before the coronavirus, this is exactly what the network marketing industry needed. Like, before the coronavirus hit, oh yeah, I work from home. Oh, you're not one of them, are you? Like, if you were at a dinner party, oh yeah, I work from home. Oh, okay, bye. Now, people are going to be like, oh, what is it that you do from home? Oh, network marketing. All right, cool. So you can make money. It is the best thing that's happened to the network marketing industry. It just is. People are losing their jobs. People are searching on the internet how to work from home. There's a there's been an increase of 400 or 500% of people searching from work from home business or work from home on Google. That pretty much tells me all I need to know.
We just, before we did this show, me and a team, part of the guys, a part of my team, we just put together a slide set on exactly just network marketing, nothing about industry, just about why the industry itself, because there's nobody really pitching it that way, that we're going to do a webinar series and stuff like that, just talking about why this business right now. And so many people just, what's the other thing we've seen is, a lot of the industry was built belly to belly. And now with the power of Zoom, it's the catalyst to take it. Now, the people that were like, oh, I'm afraid, time to get live and get bright real fast. Do you agree?
100%. Like, it's go time. As I said before, it's like now is the best time to build, because the people who build now are going to profit from it. Like, in the time to come, there will be stories. I'm telling you guys all this. There will be stories in like 2 to 3 years from now of like, I got started. I remember getting started. Remember those days in the coronavirus times? Yeah, I remember that. Like, And I'm also telling people who are already in the business. I actually text like a bunch of people in my inner circle. I said, like, what needs to happen for you to rank advance now, like this month? Because the story of them standing on stage in the years to come, saying, I remember when I hit my fifth promotion, it was during the coronavirus. If you can do it in the bad times, you can do it in the good times, right? It's now is the time for people to understand your story is only ever created once. And this is the perfect time for you to create that great story.
You know, you look at the big leaders that are in the industry. Everybody, I'd say about 80% of them, 2008, 2009, have a story of losing everything and building it from nothing. You know, now's the 10 years, 15 years later, it's our generation's time to take it, you know, and run with this. So let's get into this. You got a brand new book out, buddy. Congratulations on the sequel. How's book sales been going so far?
Thank you. It's been insane. It's been absolutely insane. So I actually don't sell my books on Amazon, just because I'm not really into kind of doing what everyone else does.
Okay.
So I decided that I'm going to kind of create my own sales for it and all that. So it's been great. We've had nearly just since it launched about a month ago, well, four and a bit weeks ago, it's been over 5,000 people have bought their copies. So not 5,000 copies, 5,000 people have bought their 1, 2, 3 copies and so on and so forth. So it's been amazing. It's been a blessing. You know what, 10 years ago, I would never have imagined that I would have my name on 2 books. And you know, now I have 4 worded books. I've written chapters in books, and I have obviously got my own 2 books, which is just, it's just insane. And I'm just so grateful that people are enjoying it and giving me the great feedback that keeps me wanting to write a book a year. That's my target, write a new book every single year until I'm 80 years old. So I can say that I've got 50 books. It's kind of crazy, big goal, but hey, big things happen with big goals.
You know, the first one, I dare you, bring me up to speed on both and the reason for the sequel and everything. The second one's entitled I Double Dare You. So bring us up to speed on both of them so everybody understands who hasn't read the book before.
Well, yeah, so I am a big fan of Eric Worre. Big fan, have been for a while, only because my dad taught me. My dad was my mentor. He started in network marketing in 1987, which was pretty much the same. I think Eric started in 1988, so pretty much the same sort of time. And by the time Eric went Eric, him and my dad had made the same amount of money. So it took me for Eric to share that story for me to kind of go, whoa, my dad's absolutely crushed it. And when Eric come out with his book, GoPro, I read it. And I remember turning to my dad as I was reading it going, Dad, did you write this book? Like, because it was built on all these process and fundamentals of things that I've learned from my dad over the years, because those guys, the guys started in the 80s and the 90s, they all had the same, you know, the same generation of teachers, namely like Jim Rohn and the Amway guys and all this sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
Martin, got him.
Right, there we go, mate. There we go. So I read that book and I was like, wow, this is so great. And I believe in order to be a great trainer or speaker, you need to train with frameworks. So you need to have like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So I read GoPro, I was like, wow, this is a really good framework. I should probably do the same thing for social media. So if there's a book for network marketing basics and core skills, what about the social media? So I created my 5-step DMO, right? Which is content, comment, connect, communicate, close. They're all C words, and it teaches people how to do things step by step. So now it's the ultimate guide to building a network marketing business on social media. So the feedback I was getting from people is like, oh my God, this is amazing, I'm recruiting more people than I've ever recruited. Companies are buying the books and giving it to their teams to be like, this is how we're going to build our businesses. Like, leaders have gone from 0 to hero. It's just amazing. But the feedback that people were giving me, and like when I was saying to them, like, hey, what would you like to see in the next book, was I've recruited a load of people, but I have absolutely no idea what to do when to get them started. I can teach them the 5 steps, but I feel like I need to do something to get them started. And I was like, good job you said that, because I've already started writing that book. So I Double Dare You is when you have someone involved, it's going to teach you the systems, the scripts, and the strategies to get someone started, get them believing in the business, getting them building their business, and then teaching them strategies to boost their business. So those are the 3 B's, the framework behind the second book. It's an incredible book. It's worth its weight in gold. It's amazing.
What are you guys charging for it?
$14.95 US.
Now, are you doing your own fulfillment? Are you guys doing it, or you have a company doing it for you?
Yeah, I do it. I'll do it all in-house. A bunch of my family members are involved in the process because I always love when I buy from family-based businesses. So I said to my family, like, hey, I've got a few job opportunities here. Do you fancy taking them? And they said, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So it's a nice little family-based business that's high in customer care, and we send a postcard out to every single person who buys the book. And yeah, it's real fun.
That's
real
you
fun.
know, it's just kind of cool to see because you see the big dogs. You can't not use Amazon today or Uber or Lyft in these companies. It's good to see. I own a small company locally, and we're very, very much still to the doorstep with our product every day with our customer. And it's good to see that even in today's times, you're taking that little extra piece to care and that's really what network marketing is all about, is building that culture and working with that individual and stuff. And it's very,
Yeah.
I have a really interesting question for you. I have 3 little boys, 5, 7, and 9. And you grew up in the network marketing industry as a household. How did that impact you to where you're at today, seeing your dad go through the pitfalls, the ups, the downs, but really the mindset? Comment on that a little bit.
So I believe the best way for me to answer this is really, I believe there's 2 ways a child will go. They'll become super, super lazy, and they'll have no motivation, and they'll just do the bare minimum to get by. Or they will be super ambitious and super successful, and they'll fly. They'll succeed in their jobs. They'll crush it in school. They'll do well in their jobs. They'll maybe even start a business. I believe there's only 2 ways, and that is determined by what they see their parents doing. So you're either going to be a lazy parent where they see you watching the Netflix shows, they see you checking out this flipping Tiger King show, whatever it might be. It's quite funny, but yeah, they see you watching that and they become lazy because they see what you've done, right? You're lazy, they want to be lazy too. Or they see you being lazy and they're so put off by living their life that way that they do the exact opposite to what you do and they go be successful. That you can't control that, right? However, you can control being a hustler and being successful and having a side project and having a passion and having something that you create, you get excited about. That is going to give your kid the best chance of seeing you do that, them getting passionate about something, and them succeeding in their own passion. So my mum and dad, they worked so hard, hustled so hard, worked so hard for their passions and their dreams that it made me go, wow, if my mum and dad did that with kids, I could probably do that without having kids. Like, let's go. So it's funny as well because every single one of the family who have been around my dad for a long period of time all have work ethics that you can't beat. You can't beat my work ethic. My brother's work ethic is insane. My mum's work ethic is ridiculous. My dad's work ethic, even now he has multiple sclerosis, he's been diagnosed at 8 or 9 years. His work ethic is ridiculous. And they always say, people, you can't beat someone who works harder than anyone else. So work ethic's everything.
Because the network marketing is not an easy business, but it is the most gratifying for the small load of work that we actually have to put into it and the low cost of mentorship. How long have you been out of the business now and totally into coaching and, Success Summit and all that stuff? When did you get out?
8th of November, 2016, the date Donald Trump got elected. It's funny. I was sitting in an office space in Salt Lake City. I'd kind of been like headhunted for a role, and I'd sat there, and there was a waiting room, and it had a TV, and Bloomberg was on, and it scrolled across saying Donald Trump elected the whatever number of president he was. I don't even know the number of it, but 59th president of the United States of America.
I might be wrong, but 49th, 59th.
When it scrolled across the ticker, like flashed up, I actually laughed out loud. I actually laughed because I was like, oh, this is good. This is good. Hey, put the volume up on that. Put the volume up. So I was laughing at this, and I thought, you know what? I've always wanted to do the generic thing. Why not do it now? Today is obviously filled with craziness. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. So I decided, I jumped in 8th of November 2016, didn't earn a single penny because I basically resigned from my network marketing business to be able to go all in because I believe hungry dogs run faster. And it took me till May before I actually earned a single commission from doing that. So I had no income for 6 months after being a multi six-figure income earner without actually doing anything. It was real wild ride. It's been crazy.
Would you turn back at all?
Not at all. Nah.
Because, the impact you have now is far greater. Do you have, out of what you guys do, I know you have a huge international following. What's this market segment for you versus US, UK for your teaching and training platforms?
It's about 10% Australia.
Okay.
About 10% rest of the world. And then probably about 50-60% Europe, and then like 20% US.
Okay, so I'm good US foothold, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I suppose I should follow in John Lennon's footsteps. I'm from Liverpool. He's from Liverpool. I should probably follow the Beatles' footsteps and kind of do a US tour. Everyone keeps asking to do it. But America's a big country, man.
A lot of people, brother.
It's a big country.
We're a crazy bunch, that's for sure.
Well, one thing I've noticed is, and this is an identification which I'm trying to fix in a way, but the level of personal development and willingness to be involved in personal development in the US is far greater than any other nation, every other culture, and any other country that I've ever been to in my entire life. The speed at which, and this is a really weird example, but it's a good one for me to share. The speed at which someone will give a stranger a credit card to invest in their own personal growth is rapid. It's so fast in the US. In the UK, they hold on to their card a little bit longer. Like, oh, should I? Shouldn't I? Like, and it's just a great market to build a business in America. I am very grateful that I am the only speaker, coach, and trainer and author in the European market for network marketing. So I have the whole market to myself. But I have to train and condition people to be willing to get into personal development. But language barriers as well is very, very difficult. And I think that's why a big percentage of my market is US based.
It's interesting to see that statistic that we're so much easier to throw out money and stuff like that. I'm curious behind the science why. Maybe it's just how we're raised. I don't know, but even myself, I spend a tremendous amount on random coaching and going to events and stuff like that. But and I think it's in the network marketing industry too. If you're going to be a leader, you got to build into it.
Success leaves clues. Like, I mean, it's no surprise to me that a high number of seven-figure income earners are based in the US versus everywhere else in the world. Like they go to events, they pay for coaching, they pay for mentorship, they buy the books, they buy the courses, they listen to podcasts. It's incredible. And, it's the wealthiest country. It's the wealthiest country in the world. And for that reason, the personal development is so strong there. It really is remarkable.
Are you planning on, I know you have Success Summit in the UK. Are you planning on doing any major events? I know you do stuff with Worry and stuff like that, but any of your own stuff planned for, in the far future, once the event industry is kind of taken a nosedive, unfortunately, but
it's interesting because I've considered doing one in the US. I've been approached to do one the back end of this year there. It's just, for me, I've got into a situation now where my speaking fee, the demand is so high inside the network marketing space that my speaking fee it makes it very easy to just go and do 2 events for other companies and other teams versus doing my own ones, because you have to then obviously get the hotel, you got to get the AV company, you got to get your tickets, you got to get the staff, you got to get the team, you got to put the process together, you got to fly over, you got to get over the jet lag, you got to do this, you got to do that. It just makes sense to just stay in Europe and do an event. But yeah, I'm always open to doing it. I'm always excited about growing and helping other people grow as well. So yeah.
Big difference dropping a couple of mil for an event versus getting paid real quick.
Always, but that's where the growth happens, when you're uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, but what's weird now, it's like, I have one of my really good friends is the largest AV back-end company for the network marketing industry. And they lost $59 million 2 weeks ago in events that are booked. If you've used them 100 times, you've been to enough events and spoken, you've worked with that company, but it's amazing to see how so many of these little things are going. So we're going to end it up here in just a second or two. We got about 2 minutes left. I want to go through. What is your single most, if you were getting into network marketing today, where would you point someone to go to get the best foothold on what to do. There, people get into it. Their team isn't developed yet. Where would you send them?
I would go by GoPro by Eric Worre to learn the core skills.
Yep.
Like 100%, you need to get those core skills. I would be selfish and biased and tell them they need to go and read I Dare You. Only because they're going to get the core skills for network marketing, then they're going to get the basic fundamentals of social media.
Well, that's today especially. You got to have socials where it's at, 100%.
It's amazing. It's I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be the only network marketing author to have 2 social media books. It's kind of crazy. And then I would really tune in to the leadership within your company to get specific examples, because Eric and I and Ray and Bob and Todd and all these great coaches and trainers in the generic space, they can teach you generic examples. They can teach you like the sector examples like finance, skincare, health, travel. But the people in your company are going to be able to give you examples based on specific, obviously, company and product. But I believe you should have 1 or 2 mentors in your company and 1 or 2 mentors out of your company. It's kind of my rule of thumb, really. Great
advice. Where can everybody go find your book at?
They go to FrazerBrooks.com. It's FrazerBrookes.com. It's FrazerBrooks.com. There's a link on there. I think it says book. You can click on that and you can go get yourself a copy of the book.
Is there an audio version coming out, or are you just going to keep it strictly text?
I like it when people buy the book, they hold it. But yeah, there is the audio version is coming out at some point. I've got to figure out when.
All right, so I've totally taken one from your podcast here with the speed round of questions, because it's funny to see how people react and stuff like that. So I don't know if you've been hit back with your own medicine before or not, but you ready?
Not as often as I'd expect.
All right. Do you like cars or trucks?
Cars.
Morning or night person?
Night.
Beer or wine?
I'm gluten-free now, so it'll have to be wine, although I've never had a glass of wine in my entire life.
Wow. Okay, who plays you in the movie of You?
Ooh. The guy who's in The Hangover, Stu. The guy who gets the tattoo to his face in The Hangover.
You nailed. Oh my God. I know who you're talking about too. That's
I think his name is Ed Helms.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh God, that's funny. 3 words that describe you now.
Loser to legend.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone all day, every day.
What do we got here? Who do you idol?
My dad.
Awesome. Beach or mountains?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. Beaches.
All right, last one here. What's the first song that pops in your head?
Coldplay, Paradise.
Nice, dude. Hey, so I got to really thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day. It's been a great little interview and stuff like that. Is there any idea when you guys are going to be able to get out of Dubai and actually have a wedding?
Nope. US Embassy, the UK Embassy don't even know either. It's real crazy. It's crazy times we live in.
That could be a little scary expenditure too there, can it? After a while.
It's adding up.
But, I want to wish you and your lovely bride, as soon as you guys can have your wedding, it's everything happens for a reason, buddy. So enjoy the times and, be safe out there, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, next time you're down in Florida, ping me, man. We'll go out and I'll buy you a glass of wine.
Oh, I love it.
Hey guys, it's Ryan here from Network Freaking Marketing Radio. If you like what we're doing, head over to iTunes and give us a like. Also, don't forget to grab your 5-day master pack at www.networkfreakingmarketing.com.